Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, dudes of all teenagers, welcome! Welcome. Very glad to finally be back. I say finally, we were only gone for a day. And you know, it's a holiday, so it happens. But glad to be back. We're going to be building the trade hall and grocery store tonight on the Jamaica Plain Settlement build. However, not going to switch over until I jump into the build menu here, because otherwise it's gonna show you a blue blank screen of nothingness like this. You see? There we go. That's better. That's better. Just sitting there for like 4 minutes. Anyway, I haven't had a lot of time in the last day and a half. No, last day, really. Yeah, in the last day, I haven't had a lot of time to go ahead and actually play anything. I've been just doing family stuff. You know how it is. When you've got family around during holidays, you don't really have time to go ahead and play a lot of games, usually. So, yeah. Anyway, I went ahead and modified this plot right here. I had previously had it separated similar to how I've got that one separated, and in fact exactly the same as I had this one separated. However, when I really thought about what it would take to build the trade hall and the grocery store, kind of just made more sense for me to put it all together. Yeah, I don't know. It's not a problem. It was a difference of 64 units, so it really did not mess up any of my major settlement plotting, any of the actual layout of the city, or town in any meaningful capacity. So here we are. First thing is first, we have to figure out what the layout for this place is going to be. I think I'm going to go with a. So it's going to be 2 floors. It's definitely going to be 2 floors, although I think that there's this center section here. I think I'm going to have this section be mostly open with a couple of walkways on either end. So we'll see. We'll see. I guess the best way to explain it is to show you what I mean. Just work on it that way. So we are, of course, going to include some commercial pieces. I do enjoy my commercial pieces. I think we're going to go with the white commercial bits. Yeah. Yeah, I like that. I don't know what we're going to name it, but we can figure that out as we go along. The doorway. I don't know if I want a commercial doorway or not. I guess we'll see. Oh, good. There is no doorway for the commercial kit 4. Wonderful. That's what you like to see. That's exactly what you want. Everyone's favorite. All right. No, I think we're gonna go with the white walls, and to match the white window pieces. I think that's what we're gonna do here. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. Okay, so the general split for this is going to be so the bottom floor is going to be where all of the traveling traders can come in, which is why I'm not gonna put doors here. I'm just gonna, you know, have the doorway, not actually have doors here. and you'll have this first row. Ooh, apologies. You have this first row here, and then second row is going to be on either end is going to be trade stall, and then empty, and then trade stall. So we'll have 4 trade stalls, and the second floor will be the grocery store section. Along this, these sections right here next to the windows, these are going to be the staircases up to the second floor. We're going to be using the Deco Kit corner stairs. Yeah, that's basically the plan. I guess the best way to do it, again, is to just actually build the thing and show you what I mean. I've been watching a lot of well, I say watching. I've been listening to in the background a lot of coverage of recent shows like The Acolyte, and I I find one argument that keeps showing up. There's there's a couple arguments. Obviously, there's the one of there's the review bombing argument, which doesn't make sense. There's the because the people who argue that review bombing exists does not believe that it is possible to positively review bomb something, that it's not possible to be toxically positive about the product or whatever it happens to be. They only believe it to be possible in the negative sense, which is simply not being honest. It's just not being intellectually honest with yourself, let alone your audience. But then on top of that, there's also a group out there. There's a group out there that's making an argument, something similar to because I mean, one of the big criticisms is that the story itself does not make sense outside of we don't like character A, B, or C, or design, or visual effect, or whatever happens to be. One of the big criticisms of a show like The Acolyte, and most things that modern entertainment companies produce when they take a big IP and try and change it, one of the big criticisms that you'll see from a lot of people is that the writing, the actual story itself, doesn't make sense. It's not logically consistent. It doesn't really hold any water. And the argument in response is something along the lines of, but it's entertaining. Entertainment is the goal, not which is to say that it's okay for something to not be well written as long as it entertains enough people. Therefore, it's a good piece. And I don't agree. I don't agree that that's at all the way that most media throughout time has worked. You used to have boardrooms, boardrooms and actual the people actually making decisions about which movies were allowed to get made used to make the argument of, if this is not going to draw in a big enough crowd, why would we ever make this movie or make this show? So it kind of always mattered as to whether or not it was well written. It's not that everything had to be frickin' Shakespeare. It's that everything needed to be good enough to keep an audience long term. And what came with keeping an audience long term was always, at least always up until about a decade ago, what kept an audience long term was writing consistently. Writing consistently was always key. And there's not really a great response that can be brought against that, so the response that's always brought up is, yeah, well, you know, don't watch it if it's not something that you're entertained by. Or, of course, the classic, if you're this upset about this, you need to go touch grass or something, which is funny. Which is funny because I don't watch the show. I watch coverage of the show and watch the response that the show's creators make to coverage of the show, and that tells me as much about the show as I really need to know, all things considered. If they're going to treat the people who care the most about, if whoever's currently making a Star Wars product, I believe it's Leslie Headland, who's in charge of this show, former personal assistant to Harvey Weinstein, who fed women to the monster. Leslie Headland, if her and her crew, if their big criticism is, if you don't like this, go touch grass, that's not an actual argument against the concerns brought up by the audience. That's nothing. That's not a real that's not a real discussion. It's not a real discussion. What that is someone being very upset that their lack of quality is being seen as a lack of quality. I don't know what else it's supposed to be taken as, but that's what they're upset about. And sorry, I'm getting very focused right here on making sure I can get these walls to line up properly. If that's their response, what that just shows me is that they don't actually have a response to any criticism that's brought up against them, and in a debate scenario would prove the veracity of the complaints that have been levied. What have we got here? All right, that'll do. Come on. Huh. All right, well, that does work perfectly. Awesome. That's always nice to see. I love it when a plan comes together. Okay. Great. Yeah, apologies if I seem a little scatterbrained. I've been trying to figure out what my next video for the for my rambling channel is, CN Speaks. I've been trying to figure out what that is. I don't care enough about the Acolyte to make a full, breakdown of the Acolyte, because one, I don't want to have to watch the Acolyte, and I wouldn't want to be disingenuous in my breakdown, so I would have to watch the show. And two, I'm not going to be saying anything new by saying what I have to say about that show, so I don't think it would be the most valuable use of my time. I would much rather, I'd much rather talk about Batman Caped Crusader when that comes out, but we've got about a month until then, and I should probably put something else on that channel. Something else that won't be a month and a week separate from the first upload. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. All right. Yeah, this is pretty solid for the basic layout. I'm also going to go ahead and pull out some of these guys, although I think I'm going to go with the Theme 3. Yeah. Yeah, we're going to go with the Theme 3 set. Awesome, and we'll go for one here in the center. Oh, come on. All right, cool. Cool, that'll do. That will do. And now, we begin placing all of the little trading stalls. I think it might be smart to have the floor pieces rotated. I don't know. Might be the smart way to go, just so that we've got, something easy to go ahead and mark these off of, but we'll see. We'll see. I believe it's MSO services vendors. Yes. Yes, we want these, the trade caravan posts. Okay. Why, though? Alright, yeah, if we can get this back wall angled properly, then we're good. Alright, I think that's good. Yeah, okay. It's the back wall section that we need to have matched up. Because the rest of it, like, there's no point in trying to get the rest of it matched up. It just doesn't want to cooperate. Beautiful. Alright, yeah, that's in line. I'll go ahead and move you in front of the window. Actually, yeah, I like that. I like that. As even as I can get it on the center block. Okay. Alright, that's fine. That works. Yeah. Yeah, that works well. That works very well. Alright, we'll have to figure out a way to do this for the other side. Don't know what that's gonna look like, but we will see. Wow, okay, that might be as close as I can get it to being actually even. Alright, that works. Checking with that back wall. Alright, cool. Cool. Yeah. Nice, nice. I mean, you know, there's not like there's a whole lot to do for this bottom floor. The bottom floor is not the super difficult part. It's the second floor with the grocery store that's gonna actually be very time consuming. So we'll try and get to it as soon as possible. I've got a few things I want to do with this bottom floor, but you know, we'll get there. We'll get there. We've got the time. We've only been doing this for 25 minutes. But, you know, not that bad. Hello, Al the Tea God. Don't know when you jumped in. Glad to see you. Apologies if I was, excuse me. Apologies if I was a little too focused on the building process here. We are building a trade hall and grocery store today. Trade hall, of course, being the bottom floor. Grocery store on top. We're marching ever closer to being done with all of the necessary official buildings. So I'm just essentially what I'm doing is I'm procrastinating before I have to go ahead and build all of the houses on camera that I have yet to complete because I know that that's going to be boring for a lot of people to watch. And I want to try and do all the interesting stuff first. Oh man, that terrible lag spike. Ugh. Absolutely horrendous. Hey, good job. Good job. Congrats. Congrats, man. That's awesome. That's cool. Where did you go ahead and build the hut? I'm glad you figured out the load order. They're not fun. They're by no means fun things to figure out. Okay. We'll get to figuring out the lighting in that bottom section in just a second. I'm gonna put some more pillars up. What I'm very interested in is how I'm gonna get the roof taken care of for this one. I think it will be kind of cool, but we'll see. We'll see. Oh, nice, nice, man. Yeah, I've gone ahead and deleted everything in Sanctuary except for the no, I had a name for it. You know, except for the yellow house across the road, and I rebuilt the Sanctuary home. But yeah, everything else there is gone. It's just a bunch of turrets to temporarily prevent the place from causing any issues while I figure out what I'm gonna do over there. That's awesome. I'm glad you've got everything working. That it can take quite a while. Alright, so to get up to the second floor, we're going to need to remove these guys. And then we're going to place the floor pieces in that they'll be replacing. Awesome. Ah, I see. I see the problem here. Okay. I recognize the issue. Well, we'll have to find a way to solve this. Maybe move it to the center. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Let's get those stairs placed down first. That's fair. I'll give you that. I will give you that. Fallout 4 is not as bad of a modding experience as Skyrim. I will give you that. That is very true. All right, we'll go with the brown stairs to complement the white. White stairs on a white building just don't really look as good. Huh. All right. That'll do. Then we'll do the same over here. All right, nice. Yeah, this this causes a bit of a problem right here. So I think our solution is well, we'll just go. We can go with the simple solution here. Go with you. In fact, we'll go ahead and replace you with a full piece. That way it can give some NPCs a little bit of breathing room if they get, you know, turned around trying to walk up this section. We'll go shell kit, floors, clean, full piece. Beautiful. All right. Then, yeah, we've got some railings and some ledges to place just so that everything looks cleaner, and then we'll continue. All right, we've got 2.5 blocks of space. Place these guys, and then we'll try and place the full pieces the rest of the way. Yeah, nice. Oh yeah, I guess it kind of doesn't matter if we place the handle railing on that side, does it? No. Okay. All right, then we'll place one of these guys here. Ah, come on. And we got you. Oh man, I had it perfect the first time. There we go. And then, for the sake of simplicity, we'll place a bunch of these guys. Don't need to be too complex about it with these pillars. Alright, I do want to know that I'm not missing anything with these. Let's go ahead and place in these railings now. Awesome. Now, hopefully what these railings do is they prevent any traders with Brahmin from trying to get up to the second floor. That's the goal. Is that necessarily going to work? No, not necessarily. But we'll see. We'll see when they eventually decide to roll through the area. How well that actually operates. It'll be interesting. It'll be very interesting. All right. Nice to see you, Ranger Bravo. Good to have you back. Good to have you back. Nice to know that you also have modded Fallout. I guess we're all in the same boat here. All right. Now, what am I going to do with the bottom floor here? I know it looks a little bland, so maybe some wallpapers to try and change things up. I don't know. I know we'll need to put in some lighting. I get that part. That's not a big concern for me. I know exactly where we can place those lights. So we'll go ahead and do that. But I don't know. It's a little under-decorated for what we tend to do here. All right, nice. Got those, keep the air flowing down here. I know that we've got a big open door here that we're not going to close, but still, we got to keep the air flowing. Now, this back wall leads out into the alleyway in between. And over here, I'm gonna build some more houses out of these two sections, split down the middle. So I don't necessarily want this just to be an open door. I don't necessarily want it that way, but it wouldn't be the end of the world. It wouldn't be terrible. No, not at all, actually. Wouldn't be bad in the slightest. How about we do that? We'll remove these three. I can always reuse those walls on the second floor. Brings in a little bit extra light. With these guys. All right. Yeah. Nice. Nice. That certainly does actually feel like it opens it up. Okay, cool. Cool. That achieves the goal, so to speak. Yeah. Lots of lag looking back in this direction. I'm now firmly of the opinion that it's not an individual object that's causing lag. It's just the size of the settlement in comparison to the original size that it was supposed to be, where this wouldn't have been a problem. All right. Yeah, sorry, I was just reading the chat there. I don't know how comfortable you guys are having me read your chats out live. Obviously, I'd say, you know, Al says or Ranger Bravo says or whatever. I don't know how comfortable you guys are with that. I know if I was doing more of a, I guess, I don't know, live discussion sort of thing where I was just sitting here on this camera all the time, I'd have the chat there, but I would also very, very much, I'd be very much inclined to say, hey, person says this or whatever, just for the listeners. I don't know how comfortable you guys are with that. Just having me here playing the game and talking about that. But in response to the quest mods and stuff, if you're interested, there's a really, 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 really good, very detailed quest mod that integrates the Enclave into Fallout 4, significantly better than it was done in the next-gen update by Bethesda, called America Rising. And there's America Rising and America Rising 2. And they're both really, really cool. they're very well done. It's kind of a kitchen sink mod. It's got a bunch of armor mods armor and weapon mods, as well as a nice storyline attached to it. And I believe I know for this first one it was, but I believe for the second one, they've got a ton of voiced NPCs. Specifically for the mod, so, you know, give it a shot. It's cool. It's good stuff. It's really detailed stuff you only really get from dedicated fans. All right. What else are we gonna do here with this first floor? I don't know if I should switch out the walls, or rather if I should put wallpaper on these walls. Whatever I do with the wallpaper, I have to commit to doing on the second floor as well, because I don't want to leave this little white section. But I want to do that, and the only way for me to get rid of that is to add 2 second floor wallpapers and have one merge down by about 64 units onto this one. So I don't know. I don't know if I want to do anything else with that. I might just wait. I might just wait until we're all good. I might just wait until we've finished out the grocery store section to figure out if I want to actually do anything up here. Yeah, seems like that's what I'm gonna have to do. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go ahead and turn each of these triangular corners into individual bathrooms. Yes, that will be nice. And go ahead and convert these into bathrooms so that so that we can still have, you know, there's still functionality up here. It's not just aesthetic. Now, do I want to add in a window section? We can, very easily. And it would probably be a smart idea. So yeah, we'll add in a window section. Oh yeah, America Rising 2 is of very high quality. I was very surprised. At the America Rising mods. Okay, seriously? There we go. What's very annoying is that even when I'm in the console window, I still have to handle all of the graphical issues. Even though you would assume that it freezes everything in place. No, it doesn't. I still have to worry about all that. So when I'm looking in this direction, I'm just going to have rendering issues. All right, nice. Okay, we got the window sections. Let's, before we actually build out what the whole of the bathroom space is going to look like, we'll go ahead and put the rest of the walls up for the second floor, just so that we know how everything's going to work here, what the layout's going to look like. Okay, as much as I like the idea of the double stack commercial walls, you can't really put any wallpapers on the double stack commercial walls. So instead, we're gonna go with our classic. We'll make sure it's the double window section. You know, actually, now that I think about it, so, okay, my plan is that I'm going to have a really cool sort of barn-style roof for this whole structure, which I know is going to be very difficult to do with the corners. I don't know what I'm going to do about the corners. Probably nothing. I'm probably just going to have them be flat because they're the bathroom spaces and I don't need to do much with them. But beyond those corners, I want to do a really cool barn roof for this structure. To really emphasize the trade hall look to things. And if I want the roof to have the same look and feel as the rest of the building, and I want the roof to be exposed, at least from the inside, then I can't put wallpapers on any of these pieces because there are no wallpapers for the angled wall pieces. Which means I can very comfortably go ahead and actually just put in the commercial wall pieces here and not be worried about it. The only wallpapers that will be put in here will be the wallpapers for the bathrooms. That's about it. And that's not a problem at all, actually. That really does cut down on the amount of things we need to place. That is a benefit, even though that means that I have to do extra work to make it look like it fits in the space. I can't just rely on the wallpapers to do a significant amount of the heavy lifting there. because it's one of the nice things about wallpapers is that they can really add to the atmosphere of the place. They can add to the overall look and feel that you're going for. And I can't rely on that this time. Oh well, it happens. Go with you. Now, how do I like that from the outside? Yeah, okay. Not bad. Not bad, but from the back section, not that, you know, it's going to be super easy to see it from the back section anyway. Do I want to do the two next to it or not? Yeah, I probably should. For that continuity of design. I definitely should. Ranger Bravo, in response to your question, I do believe you need the DLCs for America Rising 1 and 2. I do believe that's a requirement. I don't remember off the top of my head, because they're not in my current loadout, but I do believe that is a requirement. It should show up on the Nexus mod page as to what the requirements happen to be, if there are any. But I'm fairly certain that the DLCs are a requirement. Most of the big DLC-sized mods require the other DLCs because there's so many assets that they pull or so many mechanics for weapons and stuff that they pull. So I would say, you know, probably a safe bet. Probably a safe bet. Okay, I like this. I like this for sure. This is a nice open space. Very nice open space here. Right. Okay. Let's get those bathrooms built. Get to work on that. Now that we've got the interior walls, now that we've got the exterior walls planned, we can place the interior walls without worry that we're going to accidentally change the snapping points of any of the exterior bits. I'm probably going to need the doors to swing outwards, aren't I? Maybe I just need to have the... Yeah, I'm going to have to relocate the doorways. We're going to have to use the small ones. The ones that are very annoying to try and actually get any snapping points for. Excuse me? Why did this not get selected? What happened there? That was very strange. Alright, nice. And then, yeah, we're gonna have to replace this guy as well. Yeah, when it's bad enough that my keystrokes aren't landing because of the lag, then I've probably broken the settlement. Probably broke. But we'll keep working with it best we can. Best we possibly can. All right, cool. That's where the bathrooms will be. Gives us plenty of room for the rest of all of this nonsense. I don't know off the top of my head if America Rising 2 has any companions. But I couldn't tell you. It would probably say something on the Nexus mod page as to all the things that it adds. It probably would. I do know that there is a mod that's not attached to America Rising 2 that allows you to get Sergeant Dornan from Fallout 2 as a companion. And it just rips his voice lines from Fallout 2 so that he can be yelling at you about why you're not in your power armor, soldier. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. All right, let's see. Yeah, I guess we just work on the bathroom now to get the bathroom out of the way, and then we can work on all the other stuff we've got here. We are just about an hour in. Okay. Making good time. Making good time. Now let's hope that it's easier to snap this guy on. Probably not, but you never know. Oh, look at that. Of course it was easier the second time. Now, is the half-wall piece going to be easier? Chances are one of them will be easy and one of them will be inexplicably impossible to attach without using console commands to move the object first. We got you. And you. Oh. Maybe. Maybe we could work something out here. Okay. Hey, look at that. They all snapped well. Good job, game. Good job. You did it. You finally did it. You snapped all the things I needed you to. You didn't make my life a living hell. Thank you. Okay, don't know where that attached to. Somewhere. But couldn't tell you where. Nope, nowhere in there. And it's not on any of these exterior pieces, is it? Oh, seriously? No way. No way you attached in there. You've got to be kidding me. How does that even happen? How does that even happen? It's not even the right wall piece. All right, now the question remains, do we have a 45-degree angle carpet piece that we can place? Ooh, yes we do. Yes we do. Okay, nice. Exactly what I need. That way our bathrooms can still look the way we want them to, as long as I can get it attached. Oh man, that was a bad sneeze. Very, very thankful that I caught that one in time. Alright, cool. Well, I'm glad we can get these bathrooms designed. I don't know how we're going to get everything lined up so that it actually functions, or at least so that there's not a whole lot of collision, but we'll see. We'll see. Nice. Nice. Yeah, no, that's got to be our next thing. That's got to be our next thing. Okay, the door swings to the left. You walk in. Do we put the sink here or do we put the toilet here? If we put the sink there, then the toilet's got to go, I guess, in that corner. If we put the toilet there, we can very easily have the sink, you know, right in front of the window, I guess. I don't know. This is not a great bathroom location. This was a bad idea for me to start with, but here we are. We're all about making bad ideas work. That's kind of how this whole thing works here, guys. We're about bad ideas that sound good in the first place, making them work. Let's see. Let's see. No, I need to go to Decorations, Miscellaneous, Bathroom. Alright, we're using this guy, as always. You gotta be kidding me. Okay, so 15 and 0. That'd put me right there. All right, and I want to be as close to that corner as I can get, although I don't know how someone's going to be sitting there. So let's go ahead and reposition you first, actually. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that. I can reasonably see someone swinging their leg around to get to into the one side of the toilet there. That's a bit more reasonable to me. Oh man, especially in the apocalypse where you don't have a lot of concerns, a lot of the same concerns over, you know, bathroom size requirements, just to put it as kindly as I can. All right. Nice. Nice. Then we can put the sink there. And I think that will work for us. I think that will work. It'll be interesting getting it to work, but I think it will work. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Work is a very subjective term in this case. Function is more like it. Yeah, exactly. Just squeeze it in. Just squeeze it in. It's not a problem. I mean, I've got no leg to stand on there. I am certainly not the healthiest man in the world. Exactly. Exactly. It's like Happy Gilmore. Tap it in. That's a good reference. It has been a while since I've enjoyed an Adam Sandler movie. It really has. It really has. I wish that weren't the case, because when he's made a good movie, it's a really good movie. It's just not usually a really good movie. That sucks. All right, we've got the soap tray, the toilet paper, and the hand towel. All right, let's get those taken care of. Probably the toilet paper first. And to be completely honest, that would be the easiest one to go with. Hey, ZX. Nice to see you here. Just building a trade hall and grocery store combo here for my Jamaica Plains settlement. Nice to see you. There we go. We'll grab you. And we'll go and put the other toilet paper first. Before we move on to the, into the soap trays and everything. Alright, nice. Raise it up a little bit. Alright, that works. Now we'll get those soap trays. Those the soap trays are a lot easier to place. A lot easier to place. Because they have to be next to the sink, not approximately level with the toilet. And then with this guy... Nice. Oh, man. Love that frame drop. Love having a settlement so large that it causes a terrible frame drop. Don't we all? Don't we all? At least it's not like actual frames dropped. That's just in-game. That's not the stream itself. That would be a bigger concern for me. Because I pay for good internet. I shouldn't have actual frame issues with the stream. Alright, nice. Okay, that's, I mean, that's everything either of the bathrooms need. I could further differentiate the male and female restrooms by placing a urinal in one of them. However, don't know if that would be a useful way to spend my time trying to place objects here. Don't know if that would be the most valuable thing I could do. So let's not worry about it, really. At the end of the day, that is by no means my biggest concern here. Alright, let's go shell kit. We want roof pieces. Okay, you don't want to cooperate. I see. I see. Well, in that case, I guess I'll just have to make you cooperate. There we go. Realized I was on caps and I was gonna have trouble moving around if I didn't jump out of that quick. Alright, we'll change the weather and the time here momentarily. Just want to get all of this taken care of. Maybe I'll have better luck on this one. Nope. Okay. Well, we tried. Oh, cool. Cool, Ranger Bravo. Hope you enjoy your time with your grandparents. Always gotta appreciate those moments. Always gotta. And based move for your grandparents to have like a billion crosses. You can literally never have too many. That's awesome. Now let's get this light taken care of, and then we'll change the time and the weather. All right, good. That's nice. Nice and bright. Okay, so what this will allow me to do is to completely circumvent this when I have to go and build out the rest of the roof sections. You guys will see what that looks like here in a bit. It'll look pretty cool. At least I think it will. I hope it will look pretty cool to you guys. I think it's going to look pretty cool to me. Yeah, we'll get to that, you know, once we've actually figured out what the grocery store element of this is going to even look like. Because the bottom floor, we've decided this is the trade hall section. So there's not too much more I can do with this. I wish there was more. I can't really decide which trader is going to go to which of these stalls. So I can't put up signs that specifically say, hey, this, you know, like Trash Can Carla or Cricket or Doc. I forget what the doc's name was. It's not Doc Weathers. It's you know what I mean. The doctor trade in Fallout 4. I can't specifically assign those, so I can't put up hyper specific signs and objects that would fit their specific characteristics. I have to kind of just leave it as it is. If I decorate down here, and I should. Just don't know what, I'll have to put something a little bit more generic. Whereas this upstairs section, we'll go ahead and put as many food-related items that make sense for the grocery store to carry as possible. All right. Okay, so if I'm going to put shelves, because I kind of should, I'm going to put shelves, business. These make the most sense, because these are grocery store shelves. I just got to figure out where I'm going to play. I wish they would snap, you know, I wish they would snap together, but at least I've got the floor that I can use to go ahead and figure out the proper angling of the first one, and then I can build all of them based off of that first one. Alright, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. So how am I going to separate these? How am I going to separate these things? I could On these back sections that aren't the windows, place something there. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. Why not? Why not? And yes, I do know the Doc McStuffins reference. I'm just kind of focused on this. That's a good one though. Good job. Ooh. Okay, cool. Nice and clean there. Yeah, that'll do. And then, go ahead and take this guy again. Alright, yeah. I like that. Okay, cool. Cool, that'll work, and then we've got plenty of room for access to the bathroom. And then I'll just have to do this on the other side, and that will be all of our shelving for the grocery store section. And we go and just place things on the grocery store shelves. Oh man, I'm glad we're gonna have an hour and a half to do that. Ugh. Not gonna be fun. Not going to be fun. Alright. And we'll pull this guy back out. Oh, cool. We'll go ahead and place them on the wall section. Okay, good. That is exactly in place with what I want. So we're gonna go like that. All right. Then we'll grab one of these guys and place them. Oh, come on, seriously? I wanted one of these, not one of the double shelves. What happened there? All right, cool. Okay, I think that's good. Yes. It's as close as I'm gonna be able to make it. Let's be clear. That's as close as we'll be able to get with that. We've got nice, large walkways. You know, except for up here, I guess. But still, that's all good. That's all good. We're going to need to set up somewhere for the grocery store, clerk to be located. All right, where's that gonna be? Where's that going to be? We could close up this back section here, put a big counter and turn this into a vendor. You could do that. Would make the most sense. Because it's not like we've got a lot of space to do that here on the second floor without rearranging a bunch of the things that we've got. I could try to place it here. Problem being, of course, logistically, how am I going to get an NPC to navigate this section to get to their job every day? when you just, you know, just being as open about this as I can, I don't know how I'm going to get an NPC to navigate that to get to their job every day. Don't know how smart of an idea that is. Don't really know. But we can see. We can see. I think changing this out makes the most sense for me. Yeah. I think changing out this, just placing a wall piece here, works best. And it offers a little bit of decoration that we can do on the bottom floor without, you know, feeling too forced. All right, wall parts theme 2. Beautiful. Yeah, okay. Exactly where it needs to be. All right, now just need to figure out what the actual setup here for the countertop space is going to be. How that's going to work. Let's see. Furniture, surfaces, counters, and cabinets. We want something that snaps together because it makes it easy. As cool as this would be, we definitely don't want to take up that much space. No, probably not. Okay, yeah, we can go with the narrower counter. We can go with the narrower one. Let's get you lined up. There we go. Need to actually select you first. There we go. Wonderful. All right, cool. That is as even as we'll be able to make it. Plenty of room. And then we'll go ahead and add a corner. Oh, wait, come on. I want to bring this guy in. No? Seriously? Alright, I like this. I like this already. Do I want to put... I kind of want to put something on this side, but would it be the best move to make? I don't know. I can't say for certain that it would, but would it be... If I were to, which pieces do I have as options here? Basically just this guy. Okay, well, we can do something with that. Maybe not a ton, but we can do something with it. Alright, yeah, we'll go like that. I like that. I like that a lot. Cool. Okay, good. Good. That gives us plenty of coverage. Plenty of coverage for this section. We can go ahead and place our cash register. Which kind of vendor will this be? MSO services vendors. It will have to be... I mean, being that it's a grocery store section, I could see the restaurant being viable. I don't know. I don't know. I'm trying to debate between Trading Emporium and restaurant, and I think Trading Emporium makes the most sense because this is the trade hall. It's not just a grocery store section on the second floor. So we're probably going to go with this. Yeah, that works best for us. All right, cool. We've got that, and then, yeah, we can do a bit of decoration for the space. Why not? Why not? We've got an hour 20 left. We'll do some decoration for this, and then we'll go and try and place as many as many prepackaged goods up here as we possibly can for the grocery store. Oh boy. Gonna take a lot of time. A lot of time. Alright, we got that. Go ahead and bring out a telephone, which... honestly, just a smart move. Maybe someone's got, maybe someone's looking for a specific type of item and they want to have it reserved so they can come and buy it, you know? We'll have a lab scale. Why would we have a lab scale? As a way of making sure that the goods they're paying for are worth exactly what they're saying, that they're not skimping out by using fake currency or forged caps or anything like that. That's why we would use the lab scale. It's a classic trick. You know, the phrase of things being worth their weight, whether in gold or in anything else, that's because whatever currency you would use, if this wasn't always the case, but in a lot of cultures, a lot of ancient cultures, what you would do is you would buy things by how much they weighed. So the heavier the object, the more money it cost, even if that wasn't always properly equivalent. I don't know, you guys are pretty smart. You probably knew that already. I didn't need to explain that to you. You know what? That's a good idea. That's a good idea. Okay, so why would I use the cooking scale more? The cooking scale would give me the exact weight of the individual objects, yes. Yep, that's fair. That's fair. That makes a lot more sense. We will definitely do that. That makes a whole lot more sense. Thank you for that suggestion. Thank you very much, Al. That makes a lot more sense. All right. I'm trying to give plenty of room here for the trader to actually stand at their job, because I know they're going to take up some amount of space. I don't know how much, but this should be more than enough for them. I don't want to put the kitchen scale too close until I've actually assigned someone to this position, and then I can figure it out. We'll give them their lighter. And because, you know, this is where someone would actually work, I'll go ahead and place some cigarettes here. That's a very good point. That is a very good point. Precision and accuracy, since we don't have a lab scale, would require Bethesda employees to have an education. Great point, Al. Great point. That is a great point. Ugh. Man, I'm never getting a Bethesda sponsorship with these kinds of comments. That would be hilarious. Honestly, one of the best moves Bethesda could make, one of the best image improving moves they could make is actually try to sponsor your detractors. Try to sponsor them, you know? Be like, hey, I know you've not liked this thing. We respect the fact that you've not liked this thing. We believe this other thing that we've done improves on all of the problems that you've said. So, you know, we'll give you a shot. You know, I don't see why that's not something that companies have tried already. There's so many sponsorships for things out there today, of all different sorts. Whether it's, you know, a game company or, you know, food product or whatever it happens to be, and a lot of them are recognizing that a genuine, like an actual original ad is a lot more impactful than a very corporate safe ad. A lot of them are realizing this, and so, you know, they're not afraid to sponsor people who are going to say something that's probably a little out of pocket. It would be nice if a company like Bethesda would give that opportunity. I think it'd be a great way for them to improve their image. Not that I even actually want a Bethesda sponsorship, but for the people that they do back, and for the people that they do give all of their time and energy to, I think it'd make the most sense. I don't know. That's probably not the biggest revelation someone could have. That's probably a very simple thing that I've said, and it's not very profound, but I just think it makes sense. And I might not be an accountant or have a job in marketing and advertising. but it does certainly sound like something that would speak to me. Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting. Okay. Sorry, just reading about the lab scales of the 50s. That is interesting. Yeah, I don't know why they thought the lab scale was something akin to the scales of justice. I don't really know why they made that decision. I haven't really thought that deep about it, but that is actually pretty cool. That is pretty cool. And it makes sense that they'd have to be precise. All the kinds of experimentation that was going on in the 50s, specifically surrounding the nuclear engineering in general, not the nuclear engineering. You know what I meant. Makes sense that they would devise certain hyper accurate devices. I mean, atomic clocks. It's in the name. It's in the name. All right, speaking of which, we'll go ahead for that, and we'll place a couple more. All right, I think that's plenty of decoration for the trade vendor. I think that works pretty well. You know, you got all the basics. You got phone, you got some books. Maybe these are on hold for somebody. You got a terminal to log all of your stuff at the end of the day. Obviously, you've got the trading emporium where the actual vendor location. I think this works well. I think this works very well. All right, cool. Yeah, I wish there was more I could do down here that would make sense for the zone. But here we are. I guess I could try and put up some railing to go ahead and separate these guys. I just can't... No, that wouldn't work. That wouldn't work at all. Because I cannot decide where the Brahmin's going to walk. And I don't want to even attempt to try and fix that later. So I'd rather leave them as much space as possible. All right. So what items are we going to place up here? This is a grocery store, so the assumption, of course, is food items. We already have a general store where we have all of the other, household goods. Any, well, it's a general store. You know what's in a general store. Some food stuff can be found in general stores, but in general, that's not what the general store here is for. Let's see. Ooh, I can think of one other thing that we could place. Maybe we could place these downstairs. Maybe that would work. Hold on. No, it won't be in there. It would be... no, it wouldn't be appliances. Where would this be? Would this be in Homemaker? Furniture, containers. What am I looking for? No, I'm looking for the... oh, yes, decorations. That's where they are. Decorations, miscellaneous, vending machines. Okay. Yeah, awesome. Awesome. We can place these down here for sure. Oh, absolutely. Got the Nuka-Cola machine, and then we'll place the Vim machine as well. Alright, yeah, we need to bring this guy in a little bit. Alright, good. Good. Those match up now. I was wondering what the gap here was all about. There we go. Now we've got it. Alright, cool. Cool, we got those, and then we can place the ice machines somewhere, right? Right, the ice cooler. We've got to be able to place it down here. Yeah, we'll place it over here in the corner. And the other one, we'll place the milk vending machine. A real thing. I love the fact that milk vending machines used to be a very common thing here. Used to be very, very common. They used to be things that you would have. I mean, when I think of them, I think of schools in the 50s and 60s. But apparently they were extremely common things. And I don't really know why. Like, I love full-fat milk as much as the next guy. I just don't know why. Like, how is it such a massive cultural phenomenon that you have vending machines for milk? How does that happen? How does that... That might be an interesting thing to go ahead and try and investigate, you know? That might be a very interesting investigation I could make. How do vending machines for milk become a thing? No, definitely a better name than that, but you know what I'm looking for. You get it. You understand the question. I guess, but I don't know. I mean, I know the whole Got Milk thing was a big government push. I understand that. Lots of dairy lobby groups basically said we need to sell dairy. And the government said, say no more. We will commit a great conspiracy. But I don't know if was that a problem in the 50s maybe? Are we sure that was a thing necessary in the 50s? I don't know. It warrants investigation. It warrants investigation and maybe a funny video. I'm sure I can think of something. I'm sure I can think of something. Don't know what, but something, you know? A thing. Alright, we should definitely place some newsstands around once I've figured out where everything else is going to go, but for now, we can place one out here. Make it simple for us. I mean, it's right next to public occurrences. If you don't have a newsstand here, what's wrong with you? Okay, and we will also need... yeah, some magazine racks. I don't know if I'll be placing anything on these, but it makes sense to have them here. Makes a lot of sense to have them here. Right, cool. Cool, what else? A radio. How do I keep forgetting these? I need to place radios more often. How do I keep forgetting to place these? I also need to focus up. We've only got an hour left for the day. Not that I can't go a little over. We've only got an hour left for the day by our standard. And I should definitely figure out what items I'm placing up here. Because it's a grocery store, I'm going to be placing a lot of food items. Now, we need to figure out what those food items are going to be, but luckily, OC Decorator has some food items. And they're all categorized by by whether they're cooked, packaged, or raw. So we just need to find the packaged stuff. We can place it that way. Don't know how well this is going to go, but we can do it. Oh, also grown is an option. Yeah, I really don't know how well this is going to go, but we'll see. Alright, Alatigada. After tracked myself, analytical scales in the 50s could be balanced scale, but they still have glass walls. A quick search on Wikipedia showed me most of Fallout scales, automatic balance, analytical scale. Okay. Okay, well thank you for the retraction. That is a level of detail I appreciate. That's not a level of detail I think that was going through Bethesda's head when they made these decisions. Which seems to be a common problem with a lot of the gripes that I have with them. Alright, lots of funnel cake placement. The most engaging stream known to mankind, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, yeah, we'll do some Fancy Lad snack cakes as well. Do I want to fill up? I don't know how much I actually have that I can use to fill up all this stuff. I know we've got the Institute food packet as an object. But we don't have a ton of packaged goods. This is not a great idea here, is it? Not the best. Not the best. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. I might end up having to just place all these decoration items off camera, depending on how long it'll take and what else I can think of doing, but this is the general goal for the rest of the night. In case I can't get to these, in case I can't get to all of them, let's go ahead and actually finish up the structure itself, because that's the big focus for the day, is the structure. First, I do want to place a few more pillars. Nice. And then we're going to place the roof sections. Now, the way the roof sections are going to work is a bit interesting. On this front end, placing these guys. I'm sure I could, but I'm not going to. I could replace them with window sections. Do I need to? Not really. Although, actually, given the fact that we aren't using wallpapers for this build, I could replace them with the big church windows. That would look cool. Yeah, we'll replace them with these. That would look very nice in this space. Go with you. Now in this back section, you'll see a little bit more of the plan that we've got here. A little bit more of the plan here. We're going to go over to roofs. We're going to go slate. Or rather, gable walls first. No, actually, I don't need to do that, do I? I don't need to remove that section. I can put that back. We can still have it looking cool. Table walls. Oh, come on. Don't be like this. Alright, seriously? Okay. We're gonna place you there. Okay, beautiful. I imagine that could have been solved easier by placing a floor piece first, so how about we do that? Oh man, this is gonna rot my brain, isn't it? That's what I'm doing here. Brain rot. Complete and total brain rot. Okay, that's good. Probably could have moved it back further, but that's not the point. Not the point. I'll show you guys what I'm looking for here momentarily. Going with you. I'm gonna place this guy. Come on. Alright, I am going to be driven insane by this whole project here. Okay. Okay. The top section, I was originally planning, although now that might be different. I was originally planning on having the top section be the taller side, but I don't know if we need to. If I were to go with one of these guys again, how would that look? Oh no. I don't know. We'll try it. We'll try it. It's worth a shot. It's worth a shot. Worth figuring out here. If I were to go like this, what would I do with this top bit here? I'm trying to decide. Do I place a half height wall or a full height wall and continue the pattern that we've got over on this section? A little bit of I guess it's got a little bit of a basilica look to it. That's not what I'm going for. I'm going more so for a traditional barn look. But, you know, now it strikes me it's a little basilican. So we could either go like that and finish the angle, or we go whole wall. And we increase the tiered section one more layer. Like this. I mean, that's a pretty imposing look. That's a pretty imposing look to have it go all the way up like that. I do like it. I think I'm gonna do that. I think I'm gonna... It's not the most I guess not the most stable thing out there, but I do like the look for sure. I do really like that look. Now, can I find roof pieces that will match? We'll see. We'll see. I know I can find some roof pieces that will match for certain sections, but I don't know about everything else. I'll have to be on the lookout. Ah, the skylight pieces only exist in the 45-degree angle. Not the 60-degree angle. Okay. Okay, if that's the case, then we're going to have to replace this guy. That's fine. Can I find half height in this? Can I find a half height for that guy? Maybe attach you up there? Way up at the top section? Yeah? Yeah, okay, good. Good, I can still get that job done. Oh, come on. Close. There we go. Yeah, I really do wish the skylight allowed for the half height set or for the 60-degree angles. I do wish that was something we could do. Oh well. That's just the way it is. Just happens sometimes. This will still be an impressively large structure and a little bit of an imposing figure. I've just got to work on it. That's all. All right, beautiful. Then we'll have some wall sections to place in. 2 wall sections in particular to place in. And their corners. We'll get those corners first so that I know exactly what I'm attaching to without major concern. Alright, this will be interesting. Yeah, I'm not going to worry about that at the moment. Got these walls to take care of first. Now we can worry about placing these, and we'll start from this side, just so I know that everything is actually in order when I place them. Well, that's not gonna go particularly well, is it? I guess we're gonna have to leave it like that. Otherwise, we're going to have an issue where the bottom section doesn't snap to anything. So it all looks wrong. Yep, that's just gonna have to be the way we work it. Okay. It's doable. All right, nice. Nice. Now we'll attach the second set of angled roofs from this side over. Yeah. It'll be themed too, so that we've got the same texture on the window pieces. And we'll go for these guys. Ah, that's why I can't. Of course. Why didn't I think of that problem earlier? Okay, well, in that case... No, not the end of the world for me. I'll just use these. We'll go in and use them from here. Cool. Not like we don't get plenty of light coming in from the roof anyway. Oh man. This is a massive structure. Absolutely insane. I love it. Oh, I love how crazy this thing is. Alright, cool. Cool. See, this is what I wanted. This is the kind of thing I was looking for. This is the structure we were looking to build. Now I just need to place the ledge on for all of these, and we should be good. But with the skylights, I know we've got the side cap for the skylight pieces. All well and good. Hello? Function, please. Do your job. No? Okay, that's fine. I won't use you then. I'll just use the stone trim like I was planning on in the first place. Beautiful. And then we'll go for the section down here. Got a couple of these. And a couple of the other ones. Low end trim. I guess that's one name for it. Sure, low end trim. I don't know. Not a great name, but it's a name. Alright, nice. Now we're gonna do two other types of trims here. We're gonna go back to the parapets. We're gonna grab our 45-degree angle parapet. Oh no, that's right, we don't need to, because we didn't use the 45-degree angle wall. We can just grab a pair of these guys. Yeah, awesome. Awesome. Alright, here's what we're gonna have to do. Alright, beautiful. No, I think we're gonna use the wood trim. All that just to decide I'm gonna use the wood trim instead. Oh man, isn't that the way of it? Isn't that the way of it? This is why I decided not to worry about placing all of the grocery store items. I can do that on my own time. As much as I won't like doing it on my own time, I can do that on my own time. I want to make sure that we get the build done first, because there's not enough to turn this into a 2-day build, but there's also more than enough to make this a 1-day build. Yeah. Kind of becomes a problem. Kind of becomes a problem as we go on. Oh yes, and a corner would be nice. Yeah, I'd rather have the corner on that end. That's the way it's going to be for the rest of these. And then if I can justify it, I'll place... ooh, yeah, I can definitely justify this. Absolutely. And we'll have these corners going in like that. That way they match. Yeah, nice. Okay. We'll do the same on the back section over here. I won't worry about dragging it all the way across. Just worry about this section. I only have to worry about dragging it all the way across in the front because we've got the one section for the bathrooms over here. Oh man, I love the layout we ended up with. That looks great. That looks wonderful. So cool. All right, I've got another set of the wooden ones I need to place right down here because we don't have stone ones that will match. We'll place the wood bits and be fine with it. I mean, more than fine. I really like it, but, you know, it'd be nice if it was all stone just so that it matched. Just so I could say it all plays well together. All right, beautiful. Oh, man. And you wonder why I have rendering issues trying to load in the whole settlement. Oh, man, that looks awesome. That looks awesome. All right, cool. Cool. All right, how much time do we have? We have 30 minutes. Okay, in that case, I'll place the doors for the bathrooms. We're not placing doors on the front of the structure because, again, this is much like a big trading hall. If I put the doors in the front, it'll just be a difficult thing that won't allow my traders to walk in with their Brahmin. Because the doors will close faster than the Brahmin and the NPC can move together. And then, of course, we've got the added difficulty of having all of the NPC security that shows up with them. It's a big problem. It's a big problem that the game should fix, but it won't. The game will not fix it on its own. All right, that's probably where I'm going to grab the screenshot from when all is said and done. We've got some time, though. We can definitely place some objects. I could also go for a cool interior shot. If I could find a way to do a nice-looking interior shot for this whole thing. I don't know. I'm sure I could get some cool interior shots once it's all decorated. This doesn't look half bad. Let's check that out. It's not half bad at all. But it doesn't show off any of the elements of the trade from the trade shop. So I'm probably just going to go with the exterior shot. Probably going to do that. Also, the exterior shot is you know, more uniform with the rest of our screenshots. We've had a couple of interior screenshots for our thumbnails. This is just more uniform. Yeah, I'll just do it this way. It'll just be out here. Once we figure out a name, I'll do that. I'd like to figure out a name by the end of the stream. Okay, now we go back to placing objects on walls. Yay. Yay, everyone's favorite. Don't you guys enjoy this part of every build? Isn't this the best part for you? Isn't this your favorite part of the day? Oh, come on. There we go. Let me place it. Okay, so 10 is approximately halfway across these smaller shelf sections. We've got a bigger shelf and then a smaller shelf again. Right, I can do that. I can do that. That certainly takes up the total number of items we need to place down. Doesn't solve the issue, but it contributes to solving the issue. Which is basically all I can say. It just means I have a lot of things I need to place off camera, that's all. Gonna be stuck doing a lot of this tonight, folks. A lot of this. Alright. Well, it doesn't need to be super perfect because I cannot expect the post-nuclear wasteland to care as much about how perfectly placed all of the objects inside of a grocery store are. And to be completely honest, how often do you see a perfectly, uniform grocery store in the real world today? I certainly don't. Not very often. All right, placing this is going to be the real annoyance. Okay, no matter how low I tilt my head, it won't let me do that. That's not fun at all. It's because the object doesn't actually snap to the piece itself, does it? It snaps into it, not onto it. Alright, well that causes me issues. Causes me plenty of issues. If this is the way it snaps on, doesn't snap particularly well. I'd like to try and get 8 to 10 on each section here. Can I? It's yeah, the top shelf won't be a problem, clearly. I will go with one more. Come on. Ugh, okay. Yeah, we'll move it back by 12. I do like that they all have barcodes I guess barcodes exist in the Fallout universe. I don't know where the technology for barcode scanning would have come from for the Fallout universe, but sure. Sure, I don't know enough about barcode scanning technology to know that it couldn't be done in the Fallout universe. My assumption, though, is that because the transistor was never invented, probably a little more difficult to make certain devices, including the barcode scanning system. But I can't say that for certain. That is a piece of conjecture. Pure speculation. But I do find it interesting that there are barcodes on boxes of food. I don't know. Were barcodes a thing in the 50s and 60s? I guess I'd have to go and look. I could look it up, but I'm streaming right now, so I won't. And then on top of that, you know, if barcodes existed, I need to know if they were a mass-marketed, you know, if they were used in consumer, in commercial practice, not consumer practice, in commercial practice. I don't like the term consumer. The term was sort of force-fed to me in university for a lot of the classes I was taking. Very, very, very terrible term. Absolutely hate that term. But it's kind of just stuck as part of my language now. All right, what other packaged items could I put up here? You know, there might be conventional wisdom that says if you fill up the whole the whole section with one of these items, then there's fewer items you need to place everywhere, which is true. However, I don't want to do it that way. I don't know. I don't really have a great explanation for you. I just don't want to do it that way. I know for sure the nutrition facts thing is a rather new invention. I know that the nutrition facts thing was not a requirement for food in the 50s and the 60s. This for sure is newer than the 50s and 60s. So I can only imagine that barcodes are newer than that. Yeah, I don't know. All right, 10 things of Blamco. Well, 20 things, but 10 things per shelf of Blamco. Oh, no worries. No worries, Al. You don't need to respond to everything I'm thinking. I'm just thinking out loud. You know? You don't need to say stuff all the time. That's good. It's on you. I'm not upset. I'm just trying to prevent dead air on my end. That's my responsibility. I'm sure you got things you're doing. Don't worry about me. I'll be fine. Obviously, I love the engagement, but I'm not gonna be like, you're not talking. Chat, you're not saying enough things. You're not doing the thing I need you to do. No, this isn't a React channel where I don't say anything and I expect my chat to do all the heavy lifting. I'm actually just very focused on placing these items, so I'm just trying not to be too quiet over here. All right. I mean, I don't know. Just I guess the big question I have is about barcodes. You know, when would barcodes have been implemented in the mass market of consumer goods? Because I'm sure that they were a technology used before. You know, I'm sure that there was a form of it that probably existed in the 60s or something like that. But I mean in like the mass market space. Is barcode scanning uses laser technology? So I don't know if the 60s or 50s and 60s is the right time for that. Not that lasers didn't exist. I'm sure you guys are smart. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. Like that's the one question I have. That might be an interesting video for me to make. I don't know. I've got a few food related videos on my main channel. In fact, all Coca-Cola related, because it's about Americana, the concept of Americana, what it means, and also the implementation of various forms of Americana. And Coca-Cola is quintessentially American. One of the things you think about when you think America. Yes, I'm sure you guys think a bunch of other things when you think of America as well, and some of that is definitely warranted. But Coca-Cola is like one of the big... You hear the word America, and if you haven't, you know, if you don't know anything about the American political system, you do know Coca-Cola. And that's the definition, that's the social definition of Americana. You don't need to know anything about the country, but if one of the first things you think about is X, Y, or Z, then it is part of Americana. Every country has some form of it, but Americana is just the one I think of because, well, that's probably obvious enough. Oh man, the last thing I want to do is to double stack these, but that might be what I have to do to place 10 on each shelf. Yeah, that's what it's gonna be. Alright, we got just about 15 minutes left for the day. We'll go ahead and take that screenshot at the end, and I'll have to make sure to double save, just in case. Because there's no way I'm building all this again tonight. That's not happening. That's just not happening. That would probably kill me. All right, having surveyed all the other settlements, I think the next settlement we're going to do is going to be Croup Manor. I'm pretty much locked in on that one now, so I gotta make plans as to what that's gonna be. I know it's gonna be my player home. It's gonna be my primary player home at the very least. And but what I have to do is figure out what that means for the lore that I'm working with here. Because it's one thing to just be like, yeah, it's my player home, but I've decided that there's more complex lore than just my character existing. So how is that gonna play out? That's what I gotta figure out. I've seen a lot of Croup Manor builds that decide to turn it into the presidential, I guess estate would be it's not the White House, something approximating the White House, presidential something. I'm forgetting the term off the top of my head. But a lot of settlement builds turn it into that. I don't know if that's what I want to do, or if I want to have the presidential estate the same, actually in the capital city. I don't know. Haven't decided that yet. I know that whatever it ends up being, it is going to be my primary player residence. I've got home plate, but that's like I can't fit all of my NPCs, all of my companions in home plate. All right, Al the Tea God. Quick look at Wikipedia. Barcode was created in 1952. By the 60s, it was used in railways, and in 1973, it became a commercial thing. Okay, interesting. So the barcode would have existed at the time. It just wouldn't have been a consumer commercial. There wouldn't have been commercial implementation. All right. Well, then there you go. There's one thing that doesn't work right here. Now, I don't know if one of the mods I'm using changes up the textures that I've got here. That's totally possible. Entirely possible that I'm using different textures than the official in-game textures for a lot of these food goods. I don't think that's the case. As far as I can tell, that's not the case. But that is an interesting. If these are the official textures, that's a very interesting oversight. A very interesting oversight that Bethesda made that I don't remember existing in the previous games. So, I don't know. There we go. Now they're all facing the same direction. That would have driven me mad. That would have driven me mad. I'm glad I made that change. Okay. Okay, good. Good. All right. I don't want to put the Salisbury steaks in this section yet, so we'll go with the Slocum's Buzz Bites. Have you tried the medicine drug? I'm sure someone knows that reference. Have you tried the medicine drug? No, only stupid people use the medicine drug. Alright, these don't want to place, do they? Ah, you can only place that way. That's fair. If you can only place like that, then I can't place 20 of you. Oh no. I have to do less work. Okay. That's fine. What do I have here? All right, I will answer that text when we're done, because we'll be done here in about 10 minutes anyway. So I will answer it then. Text probably needs a little bit more context other than just the word hey anyway, so yeah. Honestly, all I was checking was to see if it was like an urgent message or whatever. All right, nice. Nice. I'm not touching this bottom row because if I can barely put objects on the middle row, the bottom row is not worth my time. Really not worth my time. Okay, we got some more packaged goods. To the best of my ability, I'd like to have this side be packaged goods and this side be fresh goods. But I don't think we have enough packaged goods to do that. I really don't believe that that's something we have enough of. So probably not. But we'll see. We'll see. If I include all the sodas, maybe. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. For now, I'm not going to be too concerned with it. I'm also not going to be placing anything on this side for the moment because we're dealing with all that lag. Once I'm playing on my own, that won't be as big of an issue because I won't be using my graphics card for two major things at the same time. So we'll just focus on filling out this wall section. All right, how many more pre-packaged objects do we have? Not many. Not many. Okay, we're definitely going to have to use the drinks then. The drinks will definitely be part of this. We've got more than enough sodas to take care of one section. I'm just going back and making sure that I didn't miss anything all the way back here. Probably didn't. I'm probably just trying to find a way not to handle this right now. That's probably it. Yeah, okay. All right, that's how it is. It's just how it works, I guess. We could always place moldy food, I guess. I don't know. All right, yeah, we'll go with cram. We'll go with cram next. We love cram. Actually, I'm not a fan of I'm not a big fan of spam. So yeah, I don't know. We'll place it. All right. Yeah. Sorry. The text got some more context. I'll answer that later when we're done here. Causes some problems for me, but that's the way things go here. Tends to be the way it works. All right. Alright, these things just don't at all want to place next to each other. That causes me greater issues. Why are you like this? Why are you the way you choose to be? I see, you want me to place you from that side. Okay, you probably could have told me this earlier, and I would have been fine with it. At the very least, it takes up more space. I can be happy about that. It takes up significantly more space. And 2 more. Well, no, I'll leave it like that. I'll leave it like that. Oh, come on. Beautiful. Okay. What do we got? We got 4 minutes? Ugh. 4 minutes. Okay. Dandy boy apples. Let's see. Will you place in a reasonable fashion or no? Need to figure out which side you are comfortable being placed on before I can even ask that question realistically. Okay, you are comfortable with that. You're just very finicky about it. Understandable. Alright, seriously? Would you work better like this, maybe? Would you work better like this? You could tell me. I guess the answer is no. Okay, fine then. I'm just trying to place you. This is what I'll be doing all night, folks. The wonders of object placement. All right. I'll do the top row afterwards. I just want to make sure I can get all these done right for us. Yeah, we'll put some yum yum. Why not? Some yum yum deviled eggs. Now these ones we have plenty of room to place. We should at the very least. Alright, nice. They do want to place next to each other. That helps. That helps. As much as I don't like that we have a lot more of them to place. it does help that they place next to each other. Okay, because I don't want to place 20 of them per each row just because of how boring that is there some other object I can place next to it? No? No. Okay. Fine, we'll do it. We'll place a bunch of yum yum deviled eggs. Like, too many of them. We'll place too many of them. I don't know who needs this many deviled eggs. I don't know where we would find this many deviled eggs. Just going to assume that we can. Alrighty, we have hit the 3-hour mark. Once we're done with the deviled eggs, we'll go grab our screenshot and be done for the day. Thank you guys so much for watching. It means the world to me. Whether or not I seem super enthusiastic in the moment, let me tell you, this is a lot of fun for me. I always enjoy playing games for you guys. If you guys can give me some suggestions, whether here live or for those of you watching on the VOD, make sure to leave a comment. Let me know what kinds of games you'd like to see me play outside of Fallout. Eventually, we're going to run out of settlements to build, and I'm not going to have the strength to go and build them again for another faction. I'm just not. That's not. I don't have that in me. That's not my thing. So I'm gonna need some suggestions for sure. 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Well, we've hit the 20. Let's see how many more we can fit on this. Just because we're already here. Yeah, give me some other suggestions. You can go ahead and check all the other games I have played. I always enjoy a new game. Or at least something I haven't played on stream. I always enjoy doing that. But, yeah, you guys let me know. You guys let me know. It is a concern for any content creator, but it's a concern for me especially because of how small of a channel I am. If I switch up games, will my audience follow me? Now, it is largely an unfounded fear for a lot of people, but it's nice to be cautious. It's nice to be cautious, because you never know. You never really know. Alright, let's see. What can I do about you? Is that good? Yeah, that's good. And then we're gonna work on this guy over here because I don't like these little glitches. This bothers me. All right, we got those, and then we've got them. Where else? Anywhere else? No. Wonderful. Awesome. All right, let's grab those screenshots. Grab those screenshots and be done for the day. We need a name. We need a name. I don't have anything clever I could put. I don't have anything particularly clever. So... Oh, no, I think that might work. Yeah, we'll call it Hen House. We'll call it Hen House. I like that. That's pretty good. Hen House, Grocery, and Trade. Come on. Give me the letter. Hen house, and then we'll put... yeah, grocery and trade. Like, I won't put and, I'll just put grocery, trade on one side or the other. Oh, absolutely, man. It's a great name. It's a great name suggestion. It's a great name suggestion. The only changes I made to it was I went with the Catholic route, just because Boston has a very strong Catholic population and it fits with the lore that I put together. But yeah, it was a great suggestion, man. Thanks. Actually, no, here's what it'll just be hen house grocery, not grocery in trade. We don't have enough room on this board to do that. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Hen house grocery. Grocery and trade is a little too long of a name anyway. Alright, cool. We're gonna make our save here. New save. I'm gonna double save it just in case, because you never know. It is Bethesda after all. You can never be too certain. Alright, now let's find the screenshot we want to take. I do like the idea of the screenshot being this angle. We'll see. See what we can do with it. All right, I think that works. I think that works. Lots of color involved. You've got golden hour, you've got the beautiful trees. I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. Okay, cool. That works. That works. I'll take a couple of those and and work with that. Awesome. TFC. There we go. Perfect. All right. Well, thank you guys for joining. This is we're done for the day. We will be back tomorrow for another episode. However, having just received an important text from a family member, it's going to be interesting juggling that with all of the other crap that I've got going on. So we'll see. But we will be back tomorrow. As far as I know, approximately the same, the usual time. But we will be taking Sunday off, continuing with our regular schedule. I do not stream Sundays. For those of you who are new here, I do not stream Sundays. It's the one day of the week that I do not stream regularly. And if there's a holiday, then I don't stream holidays either. It's got to be, an important enough holiday to me to not stream. And there's got to be, family obligations, all that kind of stuff. But, yeah, we will be back tomorrow. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you've been watching live and you aren't already, consider following me here to get notified as to every time I go live. I'm sure eventually, if you aren't already enjoying this, I'm sure I'll make something that you enjoy. I hope so, at the very least. And I'm always open to suggestions for other things to do, for different things to change up, or, constructive criticism. Always open for it. If you've been watching on the VODs channel, which is CN Games on YouTube, youtube.com/@CN_games, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you've enjoyed. If not, thank you for watching 3 hours of stuff that you don't enjoy anyway. It means a lot to me that you do so. Turn on those notifications, again, to be notified whenever I go live, because I manually update my community post. And you'll also know as soon as the next VOD is uploaded, if you're interested in finding that out as well. Like I said earlier, make sure to leave a comment as to the different games you'd like to see me play. Eventually, not now, but eventually we'll run out of things to do for Fallout Settlements, and I want to know what else would be interesting to you guys. There's got to be something else out there that you guys are super interested in. I know Fallout is a pretty big thing, and I know a lot of you have shown up because of Fallout stuff, but eventually I will run out of steam for this game. And I'm just, preparing you guys ahead of time. Preparing you guys now. Let's see what else. Oh, yeah, on the Fallout stuff, there will be an NPC that needs to run this store. Give me a name suggestion. I don't know what to call the NPC that runs the hen house. So leave a suggestion in the comments. Give me a name, give me a short backstory. I'll pick whichever one's my favorite, and we'll go from there. It's my way of saying thank you guys for watching. If I don't have a name for a store, I'll go ahead and if I don't have a name for a store or one of the buildings that needs names. And I always take suggestions. In fact, I also need a name for a diner in town. This is the Jamaica Plain Settlement, the Drumlin Diner location. Well, it's not Drumlin Diner anymore. I need some name for it because Drumlin Diner is a franchise, and I don't feel like that fits the overall feel we're going for with these settlements. So if you can give me a name for that and a name for the NPC that runs the place, that would also be awesome. Like I said, I'll pick my favorite one from the comments. So yeah, I think that's all of that stuff for now. Like I've said, I will be off on Sundays, but we will be back on Monday. I think that's everything for the actual content stuff. Other than that, if you are watching on the VODs channel, make sure to check the description. You will find all of the settlement mods that I'm using. Every single one of the settlement mods. Not every single mod I'm using, because that would be 249 mods, and I don't want to put all of those things in a description list, because that would be boring for me. But all of the settlement mods are down below. If you're having technical issues with some of those settlement mods, consider reaching out to the mod creators or checking the different forum posts that they will have made on their various sites. For instance, if you're playing on PC, check the Nexus. That's where I get all my mods. Check there. I'm sure someone has had the same issue that you're dealing with, and I'm sure that there's a solution that's been provided. Other than that, you'll also find links to my social media pages in the description. You'll find my Instagram, where you can see some of my photography, and I need to go through all of the other pictures I've taken and sort through which of them are good enough to put up there, just to add things, because it's been about a year since I updated my Instagram. Lots of fun pictures. I got a chance to go to Israel a year ago before everything went to crap, but I certainly need to add more pictures up there. You'll also find a link to my Twitter, where, again, I manually update every time I go live or post a video on the other channels. You'll also find links to those other channels. My main channel, which has my documentary and video essay style content, if you're interested, and my third channel, CN Speaks. Imagine the CN Games URL, replace games with Speaks, and there you go. Where I'm going to be posting, relatively recent content, things that I don't want to have to put a ton of editing to, that I've got, more of a stream of consciousness sort of video to it. I don't know how often videos are going to go up there. It all depends on what I find interesting in the moment, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Lots of places that you can watch stuff of mine if you're actually interested in doing so. If not, thank you for watching 3 hours of me and not being interested in it, because that shows perseverance. That's a lot more consistent about something than I can necessarily be. It's difficult for me to watch 10 minutes of something I don't like, let alone 3 hours. So thank you. It means the world. Last but certainly not least, I've got different ways you can support me monetarily, if that's your kind of thing. If not, no worries. I'm not going to sit here and beg you to do so. Everyone watching this is smart enough to know how money works and why, if I have money, I can put more time and energy into this sort of thing. But I'm also not going to sit here and try and force you to give me something that I haven't earned. So, if you're into that, thank you very much. If not, no worries. This content will remain free for as long as it possibly can. All right, I think that's everything. Once again, I will see you guys tomorrow. Approximately the same bat time, definitely the same bat channel. Have a good one.